Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Monday, August the 26th, 2024. Let's take a look at and see what we got for today. All right, there's some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that will help you guys out to give you different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas. That way, if you're a brand spanking new player to the game, you're a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, there's a particular daily or weekly challenge that's giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that will help you. I try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. Of course, you guys are awesome, the great comments and tips, which are greatly appreciated. All right, let's take a look here. We have this one here, complete the event, the Mothman Equinox. We completed the Mothman Equinox during our daily challenge videos last week. We decided this week not to do that, so we're going to go ahead and re-roll this bad boy. A Cultist, good enough. All right, good stuff. All right, let's see here. Build anything in a shelter 10. So in case you guys didn't know, and if you're brand new to the game, you can get yourself a free shelter by making your way all the way up here at Vault 51. I would say if you're a new player to the game or even a low-level player, I would say the hardest part is just making your way up here. Once you get up here, there's a little quest you can do. It's only about 5 minutes long. And once when you're done, you'll get yourself a free shelter, which is pretty awesome. Now, if you're around in Season 13 scoreboard way back when, and you made it all the way to rank 100 and you're a returning player, if you check your vault under your building section, you might have a free vault there. So if you made it to rank 100 during that time, you would get yourself a free vault there as well. And if you paid for Fallout First just once, let's say you don't pay for Fallout First ever again, and you claimed your vault lobby shelter, you'll always have that vault lobby shelter even though you don't pay for Fallout First anymore. So that's a FYI there. So the 3 shelters that I personally own, each one I did not pay for. I get them all for free. All right, so let's go inside of our shelter here. All right, let's go ahead and turn the lights on there before, there we go. All right, so again, let's take a look at this daily here. Build anything in a shelter. So again, we can build anything at all. Just have to be inside of our shelter. And a lot of people like to add or modify things to their shelter or their camp when these particular daily weekly challenges pop up. And that definitely works, but you don't have to. You can just build something and then scrap it. That's what we're going to do right here. So we can build anything at all. Let's go to our build menu. I'm going to go right here, down here to our crafting section. We're going to build these punch card machines. Now, as you can see, it doesn't cost you anything. No reasons at all to build. Let's go ahead and build these bad boys here. Just like that. And you just go ahead and scrap them. Now, again, if you do want to build something inside your shelter and keep it, definitely nothing wrong with that either. Just like that. That's how easy that is. Okay, let's head it back outside here. Make sure we shut the lights off there so the power company doesn't turn them off on us again. Okay. On my way out of here. There we go. What's next here, Jim? Take a look at this one here. Scrap pre-war money 5. So there's many different ways we can get pre-war money. We can get pre-war money from cash registers. We can get pre-war money from opening up safes. Any level safe at all from level 0 to level 3. When you do that, you will get pre-war money. There are a couple of events we can get pre-war money from as well. One such event is up here in Morgantown Airport. And if you're lucky enough that you can spawn in collision course, you wait all the way to the end. There's a government aid drop, and inside that government aid drop will be anywhere from 99 to 101 pre-war money every single time. And one thing that's really good about this particular event is that you don't even have to do the event. If you're on a public server and you make your way up here, chances are someone may have already done the event. And all you gotta do is just walk up to the government aid drop, open it up, and claim all that stuff in it, even though you didn't complete the event at all. So that's even better. Another good event is right here. Another event here in Morgantown is called Back on the Beats. And at the very last door that the robot opens, it is a bank. And there's about 4 or 5 safes in there, and that is a great spot as well. Now you can check the description at the bottom of my video, and there is a link where you can find a video for pre-war money locations, and it's all timestamped. You can definitely check that out. We're going to go here today for pre-war money. We're going to pop up here to good old Wavy Willards Water Park. Let's pop up here today. Now, if you do come across certain corpses around the map, some corpses are like skeletons, so we can't pick anything up off them. But other corpses are like bodies, and most times corpses will have some pre-war money on them as well. Let's go through these scorched here. That was not a happy camper. Alright, so once when you're here, we're going to head right to the left here. Inside this room, it's like a manager's room, almost like. There's going to be a couple cash registers in here. Some pre-war money. Now, I have fairly good luck inside here. Usually some pre-war money right on this table here. We're going to open up this safe just to show you that a safe. Now, this one here is a level 2 requirement, but even level 0 requirement safes will have pre-war money in them as well. We're going to go ahead and unlock it, and as you can see, look at that pre-war money. Nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and scrap this stuff. Let's head back to our camp. We can go to any workbench at all to scrap it. We can go to another player's camp to do it if we so wish, but we're just going to head back to my camp here. Let's head over this way. Right, let's go ahead and scrap this stuff. There's our 20 pre-war money just in that one location. And that's one of the locations that's in that video that I made at the description, that link in it there. So there we go. All right, what's next here, Jim? What is next? Got the Teapot too, so many great spots we can find teapots around the wasteland. You can find a teapot here at the Blue Ridge Bunkhouse. Right up here in Settlers Ridge, usually good for 1 or 2 teapots. Right here at the Giant Teapot, there are 3 teapots here. Now, one of them will be the conventional kind of brownish tin looking teapot, and then the other 2 teapots will be like a house looking teapot. It almost looks like a decoration. Right down here, move out a little bit here.
Someone told me
we have the Appalachian Antiques. If you can find 2 teapots here as well.
I am still.
And one of the best places for teapots is right up here at the Palace of the Winding Path. It is probably hands down one of the best spots. You can check the top right hand corner of the screen during the video. Basically, it'll show you a video where you can go. I made the video probably about 7 or 8 months ago, just like a standalone video basically. But this is probably the most popular spot. We can get anywhere from 7 to 12 teapots at this one location. It's pretty good. Just got to deal with those scorch that are up there. We're going to head right over here to the Giant Teapot here today because we only need a couple. Sometimes there's a mixture of ghouls or insects in around the Giant Teapot, so just watch out for them. Some ghouls here today. We're going to have big explosions going on here in a second. Yeah, right on. Right in here. So this is that decoration looking house teapot that I mentioned to you about. Doesn't even look like a teapot, but yeah, just like that. So there's one. And we're going to go down to the house. Now you'd think there'd be a lot more here being the Giant Teapot and all, but there's only 3 here. And the other 2 are right down here. Now here is the conventional looking teapot that we all kind of see around most times. And then right back here on the shelf is the other teapot, the house teapot right here. He's usually up on that shelf where that explosion caused him to fall down. We're going to grab the regular looking teapot just to show you. There we go. Put the teapot 2 for 2. This is a pretty good little spot. Nice and easy for everyone. Not that very many enemies around. All right. What's next here, Jim? Yeah, it sure is, buddy. Sure is. Cripple Mirelurk Slim too. So many great spots we can find Mirelurks around the wasteland. Probably one of the best spots is right here, Ohio River Adventures. Part of the forest. We can find usually about 5 grown adults and a bunch of eggs. And when you interact with the eggs, you can either pick them up or they explode. And when they explode, there's a little Mirelurk hatchling that pops out. And that Mirelurk hatchling also counts as a Mirelurk. Alright, so FYI on that.
Nice cup of tea and a biscuit go.
We also have down here Lake Reynolds.
Tea goes well with anything, truth be told.
Right up here. Where are we at here, Jemmy? Right up here at the New River Gorge Resort. Just out back, there's like a little pool area. And there's usually 3 Mirelurks there as well. I did it during my weekly challenge video this past Tuesday.
I do apologize for the condition of the garden.
You find Mirelurks right up here very reliably at the toxic dried lake bed, usually 6 of them. And right down here in Summersville, this used to be a hot spot for Mirelurks back in the day, I would say just a little over a year ago, but not anymore. But we can still find 3 of them down at the river, and they're kind of submerged, so when you walk by them in the river, they kind of pop out. So there's 3 of them are still down here to this day, because we did this just the other day, just to show you guys proof of that. Vault 94, of course, you guys watched the weekly challenge video I made this past Tuesday. It was quite something in there. There's several Mirelurk kings in there, so really got to watch yourself at this place. It was a good time. It was very exciting going in there and having it on video. And of course, down here, Skyline Valley region, we have something very similar to the Vault 94's Hemlock Springs dump. Probably about 3 Mirelurk kings down there, as well as other type of Mirelurks and razor claws and such. Alright, so let's hit somewhere nice and easy. Let's pop right up here to the toxic dried lake bed. We'll take care of some of those Mirelurks up there.
It's wonderful to see you. Simply wonderful.
This guy is so happy. Little Sweetwater.
A nice cup of tea and a biscuit.
Alright, so this particular daily, there's another requirement other than just Mirelurks. You have to cripple a Mirelurk limb. So we go ahead and shoot at them in any limb, and most times it'll work. Okay. Now, if you don't do that, if you're a VATS user like myself, I like to use VATS. So that way there, when you use VATS, you can actually take more advantage of an enemy when you're trying to cripple them for daily, weekly challenges. So you can get a head, you can get an arm and all that instead of just kind of randomly shooting, because sometimes that doesn't work. And when you use VATS, there's a perk card that'll help you out. It's under Perception. It's called Concentrated Fire. This allows you to move your VATS around from head, torso, arms, and legs. And this is my preferred way of doing it. But again, if you're a good free gamer and you're really good at that stuff, definitely nothing wrong with that either. All right, let's get this guy here. Let's go for the head. Let's go for left arm. All right, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And one thing good, it just says limb. We can get any limb at all. Sometimes it says leg or head or whatever that just says limb. So that opens it right up pretty good there, actually. That one there should be fairly easy. And there's 3 right here, and there's like 3 more down there by that store down there. All right, so it's a pretty good, reliable spot for Mirelurks. All right, what's next here, Jim? Let's go ahead and kill a Gulper 3. So there's a couple of great locations for Gulpers. One good location is right here at Dire Chemical. Now, when you spawn at Dire Chemical, you actually spawn up here a little bit to the north. And when you spawn there, right over the edge, that's where we get our swamp tofu, of course. There is 2 Gulpers down there all the time. And that's a really good spot. I've been taking you guys there for quite some time now. Right up here, of course, we have good old Gulper Lagoon. We could find 4 of them here. We used to be able to find 6. I would say maybe about a year and a half ago, but we can only find 4 there now for some reason. Now, if you're on a public server and you come here to Sunday Brothers Cabin, there'll be an event called Moonshine Jamboree. And during that event, there'll be so many Gulpers, everyone on the server will be able to fill their boots with Gulpers and Anglers for that matter. But that's a really good event to do for Gulpers. Now, we're going to need 3 Gulpers, so instead of fast traveling or server hopping a couple times, we're going to go right here to Gulper Lagoon. Let's go ahead. Alright, let's lock and load, Jim. So one thing good about these particular daily, weekly challenges is that you shoot them with any weapon. We don't have to cripple them. We just shoot them any old which way. It's fine. So it's going to be a good time. Now, just an FYI, we got scorched ones here today. So you see, I always talk about the scorched ones to you guys. how they kind of, usually they're the typical green guys, but these guys are scorched. See how they kind of blend in with the trees? So if I walked over there, you didn't VATS it, you wouldn't even see that guy. Then he'll drop on you and he'll tear you apart. But, or swallow you alive, I guess. But, yeah, it's pretty cool. I got some scorched ones here today. All right, let's go ahead here. Nothing real special. Got Big Brother there wondering what's going on. Of course, he's a scorched one, so my weapon is not doing all that much damage on him. So he just loves it. Ow. Yeah, he loves it. He's loving it. What's your buddy? Don't jump. Yeah. Who's a good boy? Okay, play dead there now, butts. Thanks. Trying to make a video here. You guys are embarrassing me here. What do we got here now? Oh, the dragon. It's interesting. Okay. I don't even know where that other cat went. There's another one around. Oh, he's over there. He just wants no part of me, I guess. He just wants to live a life, I guess. Save the life today. Alright. What's next, Jim? That's next, buddy. Kill a cultist. 10 many great spots we could find cultists, of course. We think of cultists, we think of this type of icon right here. One of the only exceptions to that is right here at good old Point Pleasant, of course, is the house icon, but of course we'll find all kinds of cultists there as well. Now, during the Mothman Equinox event, we won't find our, typical 25 cultists there. It's usually the event that's going on, but there'll be cultists that kind of show up, and they do count towards that daily weekly challenge. So if you do the Mothman Equinox event, and you kill those cultists, or at least get a shot landed on one of them or so, you'll definitely get credit for the cultist, right? So just an FYI there. In terms of the forest region, in terms of easy areas, Oregon Cave, okay? So these different entrances, they're just different entrances, locations, but it brings you to the same cave, okay? FYI. What else we got here, Jim? Right down here, the good old Kanawha County Cemetery. That's a fairly easy spot as well. Of course, up here, Clancy Manor, which I already had mentioned. Those spots are pretty easy. Looking for a little bit higher level area. Right down here, Lucky Hole Mine, that's pretty good. Johnson's Acre, pretty good there as well. Alright, so where are we going to go after our cultists here today, Jim? Where are we going to go? Let's go to the Kanawha County Cemetery. We're here just yesterday looking for our Mothman egg, so let's go over here and finish the job. So many options, but it's always good to give you guys options just in case if you don't like fast traveling, you can just kind of pick an option that's maybe closer to you, or maybe you don't have it explored yet on your map, right? And you want to get that explored for your daily weekly challenges. Let's try to give you as many options as possible. It would be even better if I had some grenades before coming here, but it is what it is. Usually this time of day, the cultists aren't usually outside, they're usually inside the church. And if you can plan it that way with a couple of nuke grenades or any grenades at all, or a couple of Molotovs, it's a good time. It's a good time, man. You'll be laughing your head off there. Oh my lord. Alright. Where are you guys at there? Oh, let's say what's taking so long. You melted from the fire. Alright. That's pretty decent, actually. Oh, that one might be way up there. Oh, there's a couple of them up top. Oh. Maybe they'll come down to get me. Save me the trouble from heading up there, I guess.
You sacrificed to the divine light.
Okay, let's head upstairs here. I'll have to keep an eye out for those guys, of course. Oh. There we go.
I join
This is a pretty good spot, I would say. There's usually one or two more.
live forever.
Make your way up, and usually there's one more up here. It's right there. He's a deep thinker, and he made his way down there, I guess. Okay. That also works, I guess. A couple handmaids, that's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, okay. Forgot about that. Can't go that way, Jim. It's alright. Alright, what's next here, buddy? We got one more. Plant a crop in a workshop or camp in free cam 10. Okay, so we got a couple stipulations here. We had to get ourselves some crops, so some razor grain, some corn, some potato plants, what have you. Something that we can build in a workshop or camp. And we can claim any old workshop on the map. And then once we claim it, we can plant those crops, or we can plant it in our camp. And we have to do it in a free cam mode, which I'll also show you. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to get some crops here. We're fairly close to good old Silva Homestead. All kinds of corn. Billings Homestead. All kinds of razor grain. Cobbleton Farm, pretty decent spot. Right around the corner from Big Al's Tattoo Parlor here in Morgantown under the overpass. And over here at the General's Steakhouse if you're in the higher level area right out back of that big building. Alright, and I highly recommend it for most people to have crops in your camp anyway, such as corn and razor grain. There's so much you can do with corn and razor grain for daily, weekly challenges, and if you have them in your camp, it'll just save yourself a lot of time for these daily, weekly challenges and for, crafting fermentable beer and such. Right, so not just crops, but crafting beer, corn, and razor grain is definitely where it's at. But at the end of the day, it's up to you what you want to do. Let's pop down here to Silva Homestead, seeing how it's just down the road from us. This is usually one of my go-to spots, just because there's just so much here. I like to kind of add stuff in, of course, and anytime you are looking to harvest crops, there's a perk card that'll help you out under perception. It's called Green Thumb, so you reap twice as much when harvesting for. So instead of one, you pick up two. And for me, being a carnivore, I have it equipped because for me, doing daily weekly challenges, it's a huge time saver. It's definitely a must-have, even if you're a herbivore, but it's a really good card to have. You don't have to have it equipped like I do. You can just have it down in your back pocket and such, and definitely save yourself some time, right? Because if you get on a public server, some of these areas might be cleared right out, but there might be one or two crops around, right? And that's where that card really shines, right? So you'll be able to grab, instead of one, you'll be grabbing two. So that card is really worth its weight in gold. Oh, there's the old Settler Forager. That's old Gramps there. You can talk to him and get him in your camp if you so wish. Yeah, right on, buddy. All right, let's see how much corn we have on us there. All right, 12 corn, all kinds of it. All right, let's head back to our camp. All right, so again, you can claim a workshop if you so wish and do it there. But I highly recommend you just do it right in your camp. It's just a lot easier. Let's head over here. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to go to our build menu. And we have to do this in free cam. So once when you get in your build menu, you see at the bottom of the screen, you see toggle camera. So whatever button it is for you, you select that and you'll see something pop up at the top left-hand corner of the screen. Right, see that little guy pop up there with the wings and the little camera? That's how you know that you're in free cam mode. This allows you to move your, up and down, and your little guy is down there. See him right down there? Right? So we are going to plant our crops in free cam. Now, if you don't do this, it's not going to count. You have to be in free cam mode. Let's go down here to the food section, if I can find it here. Right there. And there's our crops that we can, there's our corn. Of course, you're going to need fertilizer, but most of us have fertilizer on us. You probably have more fertilizer than you think you have on you. All right, let's go ahead, and we're just going to plant these bad boys here. It should be. Oh, oh. There we go. Plant a crop in a workshop or camp in free cam, just like that. And all you do, you just back out like you normally would. Just like that, easy. And if you already have crops in your camp, you know, you can just harvest from those crops, right? Just like that, right? Having those crops in your camp is definitely time saver. There's usually a couple crops over here, I think, at the Wayward. You can't get from every single one, but there are a couple. All right. I think that's it. Let's give a check here. We are just like that, guys. Nice and easy. Of course, tomorrow will be Tuesday, so we'll have our daily and weekly challenges to go over, as well as the Atomic Shop, so looking forward to that. And next week, starting tomorrow, I guess, will be the last week. Then we'll be in the next season, season 18, which is going to be quite interesting. There's a lot of people that are excited with what's going on. A lot of new crafting legendary weapons and such, and armor and such, so that's going to be interesting to kind of check that out and see what that's all about and test it. So yeah, there's going to be a lot going on. Not this coming week, but the following week, so that's going to be pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Boogaloo Bronson, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Robco, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, Mr.Prince, Not Me But Me, Yes Me That's Me, G33K. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.